Everyone, quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. We're going live in 10 seconds. Countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're live, Red. All right. Welcome to the party. I just did my 10-second countdown. Uh, I'll give it a minute or two, let some people jump in here. Um, Hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. Good morning. I will have to put my glasses on because I'm an old man now. Oh, Jared. Hey, good morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning to you. So it's nice. It's going to be a blue, cloudy day. Sun's coming out. It's cool this morning. Feels awesome. Minus the mosquitoes. I could see a couple of them flying around me. I'm like, go away. We don't want you. Flies and mosquitoes have no purpose other than suck the blood from the dinosaurs, and they're hidden in a rock somewhere where we can rejuvenate, bring them back to life. Same here in Birmingham. Birmingham, Alabama. Is that right? I don't know. Just sounds right to me. Yeah, doing a got an appointment I gotta go to later, so I thought I'm gonna ease into the day. Alabama. Okay. Mobile, Alabama. You know who says that? Forrest Gump. Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, I have an appointment this morning, so I thought I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna clean up the dome. Come make me some breakfast, oatmeal, some toast, drink some water. Now I'm sipping on some caffeine, some coffee, and thought I'm gonna come out here and chat with these guys. So, watching some videos. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see my previous video that I just uploaded. Maybe, maybe not. But if you did, if you didn't, go watch it. So, uh, murder. Oh, let's see. I don't know what that means, brother. I'm sorry. But if you got a chance to go see that video, go check it out. So, hopefully, some words of wisdoms. Um, I think about life. I think about everything that goes on, the right, the wrong, the just, the past, the present, and so forth. And the thing is, time doesn't stop, right? For any of us, time doesn't stop, and time carries on, and we grow, we age, and so forth, right? Grandfather's still in the hospital. He's probably gonna end up having to go to rehab, so I have to make time to go see him at the hospital. If not, I'll have to wait till he goes to rehab and go see him over there. I'm sure he is kind of in and out of it and doesn't want to be there, but I will make time for him, as I always do. And some thoughts were going through my head, thinking, man, in order to move forward, sometimes you have to let go of the past. Sometimes you nickname based on the murder rates, 63 per 100,000. City, I don't stop in the city limits much. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I wouldn't stop in the big cities. The thing is, and you're gonna take me off topic here. There's nowhere to go, man. There's no safe haven to go, because even in the country, the shitheads move there. The inconceited shitheads from the city move into the country, and then they just fuck it up for everybody else, because they don't want to adapt and change. They don't want to say, hey, I'm coming to your land. And of course, America is free, right? We're all, but when you go into a community, a new subdivision, a new area, you want to adapt to that environment. I mean, if you're going into the country, then try to be country a little bit, and live the country lifestyle. If you move from the country to the city, well, adapt from the country to the city and become city folk, Just adapt to your surroundings. And that's the problem, is we've been taught, this new generation has been taught, you do not have to adapt. You make the world adapt to you. And to me, that's just effed up, So, but what I was saying was, in order to move forward, you have to kind of let go of the past. And I kind of feel like I'm there, with my grandfather. Is just, I feel like we've kept him alive this whole time, and I'm going to do what I need to do to keep him at bay, keep him in his best health interests alive. But that next chapter journey doesn't really involve me anymore. I've done my part. I've done my duty. I've done what I've committed to do. The next level is now nursing home. Actual professional health care to care for him, right? To make sure he takes his medicines, because I cannot be there 24/7. Letting go of the past so that you can be in the present, and then you can make your way to the future. So um, it's kind of where my thinking is this morning with that. But another word that came up, that I saw a video on, and it's not my word, it's not my thought, but it's a transitional period, right? I heard that. I've heard it before many times, and I thought to myself, that we do things so that we can transition into that next stage, that next step, that next period in our life, right? That doesn't always involve um, like a long-term plan, right? Because things are always changing. Like I said in the beginning, time waits for no man or woman. We age, we progress. You have to make the best that you can of this life. What's up, Juice? What up? I don't know how long you've been in here, but hopefully you've caught most of the story here. But welcome to the chat. And good morning to you, brother, as always. Cheers. So, I try to keep my peace with everybody. I really do. I really do try to keep the peace with everybody. And I try to find some humbleness in our journeys. Uh, and sometimes our journeys will take us apart. And that's fine. That's life, right? But the transitional period, right, that we find ourselves in, and don't get me wrong, the journey is different for everybody, right? What people deem uh, valuable in their life to them, what they deem valuable, doesn't always involve you. They value things that deem them value to their lives or their situation, right? They don't always value you as a person, where you're from, what you're doing, where you're going, so forth, right? So you need to make sure that your value is worth something to somebody else that's important to you, that you're going to get that same energy, that same value back. And so sometimes, we part ways. Sometimes we go different directions, and you just say adios, wish you the best, and good luck. Um, but I think that back to the transitional period is, we do things to get us to that next level. There's no way to prepare long term, right? Because they're gonna wait us out. The powers that be are gonna wait us out till we don't have anything to keep us or carry us to that third, fourth, fifth step. They're like, okay, fine. You're a prepper. You're prepared. Okay, fine. Go into the woods, do your thing. We'll be here. And when you run out of toilet paper, you'll come back, and then we'll have some new rules set up, and there'll be rules that you have to do a thumbprint, and you have to do a photo ID, and you have to show your card and so forth, right? And you will transition into that new system, as we all will, right? Like it or not, it's just the way it is. I don't say do it and bend the knee to sure will. I'm just saying, do what you need to transition to that next step that will carry you, so that you can hopefully make a better decision, or you can prolong your decision. Because that's what we do here, right? We prolong the inevitable of getting older, having to go to the dentist, having to get a physical, having to get glasses, because you're just like, I can see, and you're like, oh, you need glasses. Like, oh, I don't want to get glasses, right? We do things that, you know, that we realize that I'm no longer a young man. You know, I don't get to get in the VIP section. I'm not going to be in the middle of the dance floor and all eyes on me, because it's a new generation, right? It's that new transitional period. We're out with the old and in with the new, and unfortunately, we have to continue and hold on as best as we can to the past, to the present, um, you know, and go from there. So, anyways, I'm gonna be quiet for a second. I see two people in the chat, so feel free to leave a comment. I'm not here for a long time, but I am here for a good time. George Strait. You know, change is inevitable. Can't fight it. You can't, brother. You can't. You don't even have to accept it. You just have to acknowledge that it's coming, it's changing. I mean, I look at my life every day and I look at the people that I love that are around me. One person being, other than my grandfather, my cousin. You know, I've been reaching out to him lately. He hasn't responded. I think he's just depressed. You know, he had a mini stroke recently, and you know, he's just not the same. And you know, he's lost his dad, his income. That has really hurt him financially because he's dependent. And I know it sounds silly, and it's like, what kind of man depends on his dad? That's just the relationship they had. You know, he'd go to a job. He didn't like being told what to do. Couldn't go on breaks. Couldn't take a cigarette break. He's like, oh, fuck it, I'm leaving. All right, what? I quit. Or, or he wanted to go on vacation because his dad was going to go out of town. He's like, I want to go. And he's like, well, don't you got to work? He's like, well, I can always quit. He's like, well, go ahead and ask him first if you can take 2 weeks off. And he'd go in with the full intention of quitting, right? He'd go in and he'd be like, yeah, I'm going out of town with my dad. I got to take him, and he's elderly, blah blah blah. You know, he depends on me. I'm his caretaker, and they're like, I need 2 weeks off. They're like, 2 weeks off? You just started. And they're like, no, we can't give you. He's like, okay, well, I quit. And they're like, what? You quit? They couldn't believe him. They're like, who the hell quits like that? And it's like, well, when you have your daddy pocket you, you fund your bills. What's the worry? You know. Thomas Jefferson said that the earth belongs to the youth. I'm messing with the quote. Conversation up, but the basic premise is right. It's the younger generation that keeps the world. It is, and you know, the hardest part is when you come to realize you're no longer that younger generation. That's what hurts people's pride, right? When they realize I'm old. I'm old. What are you talking about? Like, I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime. Yeah, that's the point I think where, you know, I've been at for the last couple of years, just seeing that transitional period in my life that I realize I'm no longer a factor, a moving factor in this system, right? My time is, my opportunity has passed, my time is done. Now I'm just doing what I need to do to carry me over to that next transitional period, that next stage, right? Which is for me, carrying my grandpa to the end, right? Retiring hopefully here in a couple of more years, enjoying the rest of my life being a grandpa, maybe going back to work and picking up a second job, part-time job, doing some traveling. That's where my stage is. I'm no longer the young kid, the young Billy the Kid that's on the quick draw. You know, I'm no longer the young buck, sort of say. I once was. I once was the youngest person for many years in the office that I started in. Was still going to high school, and I was the kid of the office for many years. Everybody else had just got out of college, or they were the older generation, the ones that had been there like 15, 20 years. I mean, they were already in their you know, mid 40s, you know, 50s, doing what they've been doing for the past 15, 20 years. Nowadays, you don't find people like that. Let me go start this up again. Give me not even just 30 seconds, a minute. I'll be right back. I am back. I am back. I went to put some just some soundtrack music on, just to have something. One of my favorite movies, Quentin Tarantino movies, is The Hateful Eight, because it's a Western, right? And I love the Western days, the gunslinger right days. Even The Mandalorian is kind of based off the Western outskirts of Star Wars, if you've seen that. So one of my favorite shows on Disney. So, yep. But that's a good quote, man, the whole Thomas Jefferson. And I think when you realize that, you know, sometimes, Juice, you can read a quote, right, in school. You can read a quote in school and read it over and over again, right? Talk about it, discuss it, do a report on it, so forth, right? Even me. And at the time, you don't really understand the meaning of it, because you're not in that view where that really doesn't apply to you, right? That quote, that statement, because that applies to somebody that was written by somebody that was much older, reflecting on his life. So to present that and read that as a young person, you're like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm young. Like, I'm trying to understand this life. I'm enjoying this life. I'm growing, right? It doesn't make sense to you. Which leads me into my other most famous quote that I say to many times, and that is, "You don't know what you don't know." And yet sometimes you have to say that a couple times to the person you're talking to, or say it to yourself. You don't know what you don't know, and that's the honest truth. And you can't fault someone for not knowing, because you're like, you don't know what you don't know, and because you don't know how to respond, you don't know how to answer, you don't know how to act, you don't know what to do, you don't know what is going on, because you don't understand that. You don't know what you don't know. And sometimes when I've said it like 2 or 3 times back to back, not condescending, but I've just said it. And I said it in a conversation with the family member. They're like, it just like it stumped them, like, They're like, I mean, just dead silence. They were just like thinking about it. They're like, fuck, that hit me. that makes sense, you know? So, let's see, we got some other people here. Backwoods prepping. Morning to you, brother. I was recapping a video that you had did, and the first time I saw it, I didn't really understand it. Good morning, Deanne. So stick with me, Backwoods, if you're still there. It was a video that you did. It was like, I don't know, like 8-9 minutes. You were pissed off in the truck, right? And I went back and I watched it again, and I didn't catch it because I had stopped it at some point, and I got taken off the video. I was doing something else. Sometimes when you start a video, and most times I tell people this: if you're gonna make videos, make them with words, make them with sound, talking videos, because a lot of times, a lot of us are busy, right? We have lives, we work. I'll be working on a wood project, and I'll put it on volume, I'll turn it up so I can hear conversations, discussions without actually watching. But if you do a video and it's like words and stuff, and there's no, I'm not hammering on anyone, but just make sure that you engage in that, because what happens is I can't sit there like that, right? So anyway, I was watching your video, Backwoods, and I saw that you were pissed because of the whole, you know, the juice box thing, and couple of thoughts on that. Morning, Laura. Morning. 20 minutes into the chat, and I'll probably go about an hour, hopefully. But the thing is, Backwoods, as a person of the prepared mindset, right? As a person who is of age like you, of all the wisdom that you bestowed or have up in that dome of yours, sometimes you have to prepare for those things, right? And I'm not saying you didn't or whatever, and maybe you were hoping that things would change. So let me say this before you mistake anything I'm saying. You'll find something else. It'll be all right. Keep your head up. Sometimes God takes us in directions that we don't understand, and we're like, "Why did this happen?" This and that, blah blah blah. Effing, it's like that cartoon, old Yosemite Sam is like rootin', tootin', shooting, and it's like he's cussing, but he's not really cussing because it's a cartoon. I love the classic cartoons. You won't see them made like that ever again. Starting, tootin', rootin', and you were just going off, and I was like, okay, he's pissed. You'll find something else. Something will come about because we don't stop, right? We keep working, we keep moving, we keep living, right? And we live and learn from these things. Believe you me, I've thought about this scenario many times. I'm not there yet, but if the moment presents itself, I will have to make a decision on what I'm going to do. Because number one, like I said before, nobody's judging you. Hello, I had to vent. Oh, that's okay, man. Vent. That's sometimes we have to do that. But just know that, and I've said this before, nobody will be paying your bills. I don't care how many friends you have here. I don't care who's your boy. I don't care who you like or they like you. Nobody's paying your bills, and that's what I want people to remember, that there's no judging here. If you do get it, you don't get it. You got to do what you have to do at the end of the day. We're all trying to figure this out. We're all trying to hold our ground. We're all trying to take a stand. And everybody talks about this because I watch many chats. I listen. I've been around for a long time, since 2013. Many people still don't know about me, and that's okay. I'm under the radar. I've seen a lot. Many channels have come and gone, and I still stand here, right? With wisdom to bestow, to share, my knowledge. And I will say this, you have to adapt and change. It's the calmest way that I can tell you. And in this life, this has changed, right? In many ways, for all of us, not just you, not me, not Peggy Sue, not Shirley Sue over there, not Bubba, right? All right, not Tupac, not Biggie, none of them. It has changed for all of us, and you have to adapt and change. And there's no judging, because when you're living your life and making ends meet, there's nothing to judge, right? So I'll wrap this up and I'll say it'll be okay. You'll find something else. And I tell people this, there's nothing wrong with being a janitor, cleaning toilets, working hard for your money, because you're putting food on the table. If it's taking out the trash, if it's cutting up meat at a store, if it's working a cash register, right? Exactly, because we're deaf, not going back. Yeah, definitely not going back. Exactly. Yeah. So we can talk about it all we want, and I think we overexert ourselves on these topics of this and that and blah. And it's fun to talk about, right? It's fun to talk about all that. All work is honorable. Yeah. And this goes for everybody. I find the simplest work being the most humblest work, right? I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to be the man. I don't want to be the leader or the lead, right? I don't want to be the manager. I don't want to be the boss man. I don't want to be the guy that rolls in with all the diamond rings and the gold and the bling bling and they're like, look at me, look at me, look at, I don't want to be that guy. I just want to live my life, be at peace, be part of the group discussion as a whole, right? And I want to live my best life. I don't want to be the center of attention. I don't want to be, I just want to be humble, right? And I want to live my life. So you'll be okay. Cheers. Keep prepping. Prepping only gets us so far. So anyway, Red Jordan. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I try to be the counselor of the prepping community, prepping mindset. Okay, let's see. Morning, Red. So we got a couple people here. Let me go back up in the chat. Well, we had Jared. I don't know if he's still here or not, but Jared, first one, Juice, Backwoods prepping. Good morning, Deanne. Good morning. Laura's here in the house. We got Joseph. What up, Red? Yes, I will have a good day, brother. I will. Let's see who we got. Laura's here in the house. All workers honorable. Yes. Appreciate it. Yeah. And I wish everybody the best. I really do. You know, um, I really do. You know, yesterday I was sitting here on the swing, which this is my little haven place. This is my little thinking pod area, right? I'm pretty much out here all the time. All right, I got an appointment confirmation come through my text, and I was doing some thinking, and I just thought, man, I'm always trying to figure out the meaning of the life, right? I'm almost try to have the Jedi mindset, right? Just to meditate, right? I got your contact. I got a contact with the phone company to clear pressure. Phone. So there. It'll take about 4 to 5 months. Okay. Well, good luck, man. Good luck, Backwoods. It'll be all right, brother. It'll be all right. And we don't necessarily roll with the same people, the same crowds. But I will tell you this: do what's best for you at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're the man for your household, right? You gotta make ends meet, and you'll learn from this experience. Um, I have a friend of mine that calls me old man. He goes like, "You're an old man mindset in a young man's body." So it's like I have watched many things in life, right? Always seeking that wisdom. If I was an angel, or if I was an old wise man, I see myself as sitting on the top of a mountain rock, right, looking down at people and how they interact in their lives and this and that, and like, because I've always been like that. I've always been the mindset of like, note to self, don't do that. Note to self, don't jump off the I'm like, Red, do you make your own knives? I don't make my own knives. I know my skill. I know my level. My arena is the wood crafting stuff that I do. I usually order mine through a friend of mine who has a business. He makes knives. He's been doing it for years, throwing knives. So yeah, I don't. And when I need them sharpened, I will send them back to him to touch them up, or I'll just say, hey, make me 3 more of these blades. I'm gonna send you my old ones back. If you can sharpen, clean those up, send those back to me. And so I kind of recycle my blades with him, because I'm not gonna spend time there sharpening them up, because you have to be careful with the metal fragments, shooting up in the eye, breathing that in, and I'm not trying to do that. So yeah. Which I was thinking about yesterday. I was trying to do some videos, and my videos don't always go as planned, right? I try to be entertaining as best as I can. I try to make it fun, make it look fun, and sometimes I'll nail them off the gate, right out the door, and sometimes I will struggle, and I'll like, fuck, retake. Okay, retake. I'm like, it's not turning out the way I want. It's not hitting the target where I want it to, or the blades are bouncing off the target, which you have to be careful. So, and I always think, man, I've had some close calls with those blades coming back. So you definitely have to, be careful. And I hope to retire, and one day when I'm done throwing knives, I can walk away from it uninjured and say, that was fun. So I do enjoy these little coffee morning chats with you guys. They're very fun. I don't have a lot of friends in real life. I pretty much am at home, body, married, kids are grown up, so I don't have to mess with them. Grandkid, my grandson was here, but we took them up to Oklahoma. Went up there and back in the day. We had to split the driving up, but we were on the road for 10 hours. Left at 10 a.m. in the morning, and we didn't get back till 8 p.m. So exhausted, exhausted. Yeah, and I can't do that anymore. I'm at the point. I like the night food. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you very much. Yeah, and and I would say this, and I've helped a couple of people, but I would encourage you all to try to venture out and make a video. Deanne, Heather, I've been pushing her to just do a 30-second video. Laura, just get on, just say, hey, I'm just getting on real quick. Just want to say hello to all my friends out there. Red October. And then you will find yourself talking, making videos, conversation. Hell, you might even pass me up. I've had some people, I've met some people here that have, I've shouted them out, and then they just take off, right? They just have the personality, they have that it factor, and then they surpass me, and then they move on. So it's like, bye, bye. So, but you know, when you're part of someone's life and you're able to get them to that next level, it's a good feeling, right? Because people have to journey off, they have to venture off in order to grow. And sometimes that means leaving you, passing you up, that you know, you don't want to be, you don't want to feel like, oh, they left you behind or whatever. Like, no, I've been ahead of you. I'm just helping you get to that next level. And your journey is not the same as my journey, right? Your path is not the same as mine. You know what you did, they know what you did, and you say, hey, good luck. Right out. You try to do what you can for other people, right? That's all you can. Broke Loader, welcome to the channel. You got a deep voice. Broke Loader. I always get a kick out of some of those channels out there, like, thank you for the cup of coffee, Prepper Nation, Red Nation out, Red Nation, right? Who's the other guy? Oh yeah, Bear Nation, Bear Independent, Bear got to make your voice go down deep, low, and talk real like badass tactical operator. Let me say a prayer for you. Amen. God bless. Go subscribe and buy all my products. I have a lot to say, damn it. Hey, you start off, Deanne, start off simple. Just say, hey, this is my first video. I was encouraged to make a video, so here I am. My name is Deanne. I'm a Texan, born and raised, right? Got blonde hair. you know, I'm a prepper. I don't know. Start there, start simple. My very first video, believe it or not, guys, I been here since 2013. Very first video, camera was not on me. I was like, oh, what do I do? What do I say? And it took me a long time to progress to this stage right here. Like, even when I got on camera, I would like put a hoodie on and a cap and glasses, and I was just did. And I was like, yeah. Then I was like, I'm not gonna let them see my eyes, because then they're gonna scan my eyeballs and they're gonna know who I am. This day and age, everybody can find you out, man. There's no hiding, even from the powers that be, right? Because they create this matrix. So in order to be part of this matrix, you have to release your information. You have to, like, give them the thumbprint, right? Give them a little drop of blood, drip, drip, So. But the very first video, 2013, very first video, I had the camera facing down. I was on a bench, and I was just talking, I don't know, about something. I was like talking about prepping, I think. And then slowly, little by little, I did another video, and I will tell you the one thing that has helped me with the whole YouTube platform is it's really helped me to be vocal and just speak as though I'm talking to somebody right across from me. It's allowed me to express a lot of thoughts and feelings, right, and share with other people, and also to likewise to engage in conversations. Because in order for me to make comments, I had to create an account, just like you guys did. You may not be content creators, but you have an account that you had to create. Well, that's how I started too. And then I was like, I want to do videos. I want to do something. I want to be somebody, be part of something. So, and then I little by little progressed to a couple of other channels. My very first sub, I don't think he's around anymore, for a long time. He had a couple videos, and then I always told him thank you. I said, "You're my very first sub. I'll never forget." And then I became friends with John, the Prepared Mind. If any of y'all know who he is, raise your hand up. John, the Prepared Mind. I kind of reached out to him, and he reached out to me, and we exchanged information, and we became really good friends. And I still consider him a friend. I don't watch his channel anymore, as I'm sure he doesn't really watch mine. John has gone in a different direction, and awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it, Laura. It really encouraged me to hear that. And became friends with John, the Prepared Mind. Many people don't know that. I've been around for a long time, I'm telling you. I know a lot of the old school people. Um, saw John go through some changes in his life, like everybody does, marriage, divorce, and kind of go dark for a little bit and come back, and now John is where John's at, but uh, remember that whatever fame and glory you seek on YouTube, whatever fame and glory that you seek, this is probably why I have not pushed to get like the green screen and the microphone and the music and 30-second intro, boom, 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 Red October channel, smoking screen. It's like, I don't want to watch 30-second intro. It kills me. Do a 10-second video, 10-second intro, something like, but I've never been an intro guy. And then I finally went to thumbnails because I had asked John, like, how do you do the thumbnails? So he told me about that. But whatever fame, glory, recognition, YouTube status you're trying to achieve, listen to this. And I've told people this, and it'll come to pass, and you'll see what I'm saying. You pay a price for that success. You can look at it as good, bad, sacrifice, whatever it may be. The Prepared Mind is the first person. 2013, I believe it was. Oh wow, yeah. John's a good guy. John's in a different direction than me, so our paths don't really cross. And again, I know there's a lot of prepping channels out there. I don't roll with those guys. They don't roll with me. I don't classify myself as a prepper, but I'm a person who survived. If I've survived this long, I'm doing something right? But John, for whatever success that you want, you will pay the price for that. So just know that if you're willing to dance, if you're willing to pay to play, if you're willing to sacrifice. I have probably seen 4, maybe 5 people, I won't say lose their marriage over this YouTube, but it definitely impacted their marriage. And I've been on that tightrope where you have to balance out how much time you spend here versus how much time that you stay in your relationship. And some people they're already struggling, right? And so that they this is an outlet for them to get away from all that's going on in their home. But watch it. But I'll tell you, everybody that is successful here in Backwoods, and anyone else that cares, everyone that is successful here on YouTube has paid some price. I'm just not willing to pay that price, because I'm that person that's on the sidelines watching the big game. I'm like, damn, yep. Oh, he nailed it. He's YouTube status now. He's top dog. Paid a price for that. He ran that ball in for that touchdown, jumped over those dude, broke his collarbone, but he nailed it. Touchdown, baby. Touchdown, baby. Got some broken bones now, but it's the price that you pay. So anyway, that's that is my words of wisdoms for everybody out there. But Backwoods, you'll be all right, brother. You will be all right. Remember, Nobody pays your bills. Nobody pays your bills. You have to pay your own bills, and you have to do what you got to do to make it in this life. Let me go back on some of the comments because I do not like to skip them. Laura was laughing. Deanne was laughing. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a video. Probably wouldn't let me post mine anyway. LOL. Come on, Laura. Just the one. Hell, have it at the sky and just say this one's for Red October. That would bring so much joy to me. Deanne, this one's for Red October. You know, I told Heather, show me your socks, because she was laughing at my sock video. Like, just do a 30-second. You know, I found your red through my sis. Okay, so are you friends? Like, real? Are you really sisters with Heather, or you're saying your sis that you call like my friends are my bros? You know, like, what's up, brother? Not really my brother, but I think I subscribe to him. Don't watch much. Let's see. The prepared mind. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't think I'm cut out for any of the fame. I just don't trust people. That, you know, the trust part is really hard. I've only a few people have actually reached out to somewhat become friends. My original brothers back in the day, and some of them have the account, but like Sly Tiger, I don't know if y'all know Sly Tiger. Sly Tiger from El Paso. Friends with him, and through him I became friends with Midas Welby. Pill, the red pill, the blue pill, he no longer does videos. He's married, has a kid, but we all text each other still. Chuck Connors, another good friend of mine, he was with another group, and he came over to the Maverick Mafia, the Four Horsemen. So that's what our little clique is. And out of those guys, I think I'm the only one left. Let me see, there was, okay, so Sly Tiger, Midas, Chuck, Pill. There was another guy, 5, 6. There was like 6 of us. And out of all those people, Red's still here. Red's still standing. So Midas is trying to make his way back, but I think his internet is like really messing up the videos that he wants to upload. But I've been sticking around. I've been doing my thing. So kind of seeing those ships come and go. But yeah, sometimes I have my moments. I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm closing production. Signing off. Red October. It's been fun. I'm not there yet. I am not there. Bizza RZA Jizz, I got him to expose and get out there and do videos, and he was very camera shy, and I kept encouraging him. I was like, dude, you can do it. You can do it, brother. And look at him now. He has a storytelling. The shit is a fan. Has way surpassed me in subs. And I'm like, how the blank did this guy pass me? I've been around longer than him. I put out more videos than him. I try to stay relevant, but Bizza RZA Jizza is my brother. He's another person I keep close contact. So trust is hard, Laura, definitely. And I'm very wary of. I'm good, bro. Just wanted to vent out. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let me go back up. Yeah, I only watch. Okay, I don't watch. I don't have to worry about that. If I start creating, it'll stay small. I'm good, not being noticed. Oh, you will be just fine, Red. You do not. You don't need to have a proper name. Just be you, because you're awesome. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you. I'm good, bro. Just wanted to vent out the other day. Yeah. You're good. Morning, all. Hey, KP. Welcome to the chat. Ready for work, on listening. Awesome. I'm off today. I got an appointment, so I gotta sign off here in another 15 minutes or so. And go get ready for that. Not blood, but we're real sister friends. We talk. Okay, cool. Well, then you can definitely tell your sister I said hello, which, she jumps on here when she can. So I really enjoy her comments as well, and Deanne and all y'all. Hey, Bizza took a long break. Yeah, definitely. He was going through some stuff too, and it's as we all do. No judgmental. We all go through things here in life, and we have to take a break, and we have to reset ourselves and say, let me refigure this out. So let's see. No, don't stop doing the videos. Definitely. Oh, thank you. Let's see. I do miss the old YouTube prepper days. It's way super friendly tones, VRs. Yeah, when we used to do VRs back in the day, people don't do VRs anymore. Like, this is a VR for TR Prepper. This is a VR for John the Prepared Mind. This is a VR for Red October. We used to do those. Man, it sounds so old school now because, we don't really do that. We don't do VRs anymore, right? Like MTV. Have a great day, Cleon. All right, I agree, Jess. Yeah, so other than that, guys, let me see what else. Because I'm trying to have a positive day. Learn, just constantly learn. But don't forget to enjoy your lives. Don't forget to be one in today, right? Live in the moment. And I had somebody with counselor knowledge bestow his knowledge on me and say, Red, you do a lot. And you have to remember to take time for yourself. And you have to remember that you have to enjoy and be in the moment, live in the moment. And on one level, this is just me. On one level, I think about that. I think it's very selfish, right? It's very selfish for someone to say, I'm going to think about me and that's it. When you have other people that depend on you, like my grandfather, and you have family and kids and so forth. On the other level, you need to be selfish with your time, because it is your life and you do get drained and you do get pulled from different directions, right? That you get to the point, you get to a breaking point that you're like, I need time, I need to reset myself, I need to take care of me. Because if I'm not good to you or you or you or you. Um, you have to take time for yourself, reset your own body, right? Your mind, your spirit. Take a deep breath and say, let me have some time to myself. Let me have some me time. And me and my wife practice that a lot. She likes to go to the room, watch her thing, and she doesn't want me around, and that's okay. I'll stay busy out here. I'll be on the swing. I'll throw knives. I'll do a wood project. I'll go to the store. I'll come back, and let's see. It's hard to do when you have kids, though. Yes, I know. And I'll say this, Laura. I don't know how long you've been subbed to me or whatever, but I've been there, done that. 6 kids, not all mine. 2 from previous marriage. So of course, I paid child support, had them covered, did my due diligence as a parent. Good morning. This one's for you, Appalachia. Welcome, Appalachia, PIA. I love the way you said it. You're like, PIA. For a long time, I couldn't. I was like, what? I was like, what is she saying? What? P what? PIA. Got that southern accent or southern twang in there. Appalachia, PIA. So I love it. All right, so let me go back. you took me off a notice there. Let me see. Oh yeah, so Laura, so been there, done that, right? 2 kids from previous marriage. Met my wife, which I had known for many years before my first marriage. We were friends. 4 kids, so altogether 6 kids. Raised them all out the door. Sacrificed many times. I've made many sacrifices. I know when you see this face, you're like, oh, you're just a young pup. I look younger than my age, but I'm done. I did my duty. So definitely, I know that it's tough. I know that when you have kids, you make a lot of sacrifices. You do. You make a lot of sacrifices and things that you are passionate about. Yeah, 6. Not all my 6 kids. I help raise 4 other kids. So yes, multicultural family. All different bloodlines, different mindsets. There's a lot you don't know about me. So when people hear this, my mind and speak, they're like, man, you're speaking like an old man. I'm very experienced, man. I had a tough time with just one. Yeah. So people say, how did y'all do that? And 2 of my kids, one of them definitely, Wyatt, the one that's here, that hangs out, is she finally said, Red, she said, I finally get it. And I'm like, get what? And she goes, I get what you mean. All those years when you were telling us, turn off the lights, turn off the lights. I said, why? And I was laughing. I was like, why? And she said, because now I get it. when the light bill comes in, I'm like cutting all the lights off, trying to save electricity. She's like, I didn't get it when I was a kid. I was like, what's the big deal? It's just lights. One light, two lights, three lights, all lights in the house, TV's running, fans are running, the game system's running, refrigerators constantly opening up every 5 minutes. I'm like, there's nothing new in there. You've opened that thing like 10 times. That pizza rolls are not going to magically pop into them on the eighth time. So, been there, done that. I'm enjoying my middle age years, and now I'm watching my kids grow up and make decisions. So I'm like, I'm a lot calmer now. I'll tell you that. I'm a lot calmer now. So let's see. The other. Let's see me go back up here. Same here, Red, Lauren, Deanne. Ragnarok has 11. Dang, Ragnarok. I've seen that name, Ragnarok. Is he here? Ragnarok here? Okay, 11. Hey, I tell people this. As long as you can support them and you're there in their lives and you want a big family and you're focused on your family, you're not out there having 12 other kids with 12 other women, you do your thing, man. That's a blessing. And my brother has one kid. My younger brother, he's like, man, it's a lot of work for a little blessing. Like, you're telling me, I know, shit. I'm not saying I did all the work, but I'm like, you're telling me. Funny how age. Yeah, it is. Isn't that true? Appalachia, PIA. Um, I was watching one of your I guess upload videos. Yeah, and you were talking about when you used to work in the call center, and you're like, I'm not the most friendliest person. I mean, I tell them how it is. I sorry, I got to do the voice. And I was laughing because I was like, I've been there, done that. I've worked at 3 different call centers for 3 different entities, and they all run the same. Doesn't matter what the name of the company, the business, or whatever it is, right? They all kind of function in the same realm. And when you work long enough on the phones and you hear enough stories, right? Because mentally it drains you. Mentally, the phones will mentally, physically, verbally, emotionally drain you, right? Yes, exactly. You get to the point where you're like, I already know what you're gonna say before you finish saying it, and I already know what I'm gonna tell you before you even finish asking the question, right? And so you lose that compassion component because you've already heard it like a million times, right? And the one thing that people, and this is kind of what's carried me to my knowledge and experience of today, right, of how I see the world. The thing is, people will bitch and complain about whatever, right? And you're listening, so they're gonna project it on you. And you got me talking about this, and the thing is like, they don't stop to think like, hey, how did I get here? Why am I facing this? This shit's on me. I'm the one that fucked up. I'm the one that did this to myself. And I'm over here yelling at this person. Instead of just saying, hey, look, I'm frustrated. I need your help. Please give me some direction. I know that I'm not going to get the answer that I want, but can you tell me what my options are? And I got a pen and paper ready. Go ahead, I'm ready to write this down so you don't have to keep repeating it. Believe you me, I know all the call center stories. I know them all like a book. The backhand, I know. So I was like, after the 3rd place, and these were different places, I was like, I'm done. I'm done with call centers. I can't take it no more. I can't take people's venting. And so like whenever we call places like for a subscription, a cancellation, our phones, whatever, and I always tell my wife, I've taught my kids this, and I'll wrap it up with the call center stuff. Have a pen and paper ready, I always say. Because the worst thing that they hate to do is repeat. And it's like, can you repeat that again? I'm like, I said blah, 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 right? And so, okay, backwards. Have a good one, brother. Stay safe, stay calm. It'll be all right. Take a deep breath. You're YouTube famous. Remember that. So you gotta laugh it off, brother. Laugh it off. Have a good one. But the thing is, like I tell my family, it's like, always say thank you. And they say, hey, I have to put you on. Hey, no problem. Take your time. because then that person's like, damn, this person's nice. You know what? I'm gonna help them out. If you give them attitude, transfer, oops, I accidentally hung up. Um, I'm gonna make you wait a little bit longer. Yeah, you're gonna give attitude. I can see all that. Like, I said, yeah, I couldn't do it. Have a good one. Yeah, and the thing is, everyone that's listening is, if you find yourself in a situation, remember who got you in that position. You did, right? You got 5 baby daddies, you got 5 baby mamas. You got yourself in that position. Now you have to deal with the consequences. You made your bed, you got to sleep in it, right? You got to pay to play, right? You want to have all those kids, you got to pay to play. you know, I'm not willing to pay, so you know. But yeah, call centers, I'm done, because I find that people really don't want to be helped. People just want to vent. People want to exert their anger out on you, and what pisses them off more is that now in this new automated system, they have to wait that much longer to get a hold of somebody. Oh, thank you, Deanne. Okay, so a couple of more minutes here. I'm gonna wrap it up because I really do have to get going. But so yeah, the call center thing, been there, done that. I've heard every war story. I'll tell you a funny one before we go. Before we go, if you listen up, what gets me, and this is for all of us, so don't be this person. Used to work at a call center. I dealt with retirees at this particular place, right? People that retired, benefits, or wanting to retire, what their options are, and so forth. A long time ago. The one thing that killed me the most, and they'd call in like, yeah, I got this letter. I'm like, okay. All right. And the whole time, it's like, okay, what are they talking about? Okay, I remember that letter. Okay, this letter just recently went out. They told us that these letters were going out. And our call center phone books or manual books are like that thick, right? So you have all these tabs of like all these different scenarios, right? Nowadays it's all automated. You can just go online and like, kick in a keyword and like boom, it pulls up. But back in the day, we used to have these big 3-ring binder tablets, and all of them were different. Some people had multiple ones that are thin, and I had a big fat one. And I'd get the call, right? I've had this call, and this is a funny one, and I'll end it on this. I'll say a lady calls in, right? People in general are out there in the world ain't too bright, and yep, exactly. And so this lady calls me up, old lady, right? For more description, I believe she's white. Old white lady calls and she's like, "Yeah, I got this letter today in the mail." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, what's your question? How can I help you, right? Because you gotta be polite and you gotta say your name and so forth. She's like, "Well, it says this, this, and that, and blah, 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 but I don't understand it." And I'm like thinking, that doesn't sound like our letter. And I'm like, okay, well, and I'm trying to think, and I'm trying to get more questions out of her, and I'm like, well, what does it say? Well, what's the account number on there? And I'm trying to look up the account, and I'm like, what? I was like, this doesn't make sense. I'm like, and then I'm like, ma'am, do you have the envelope to that letter? And usually most letters will have a header at the top, and they'll say where it's coming from, right? But I had her looking up and down, and she, for some reason, did not see this on the letter. So I said, ma'am, do you have the envelope that the letter came in? She was like, yeah, I got it right here. Let me go get it. And I'm like, okay, go get it. I'll wait right here. I'll be right here. She goes and gets it, right, and comes back. I can hear her fumbling through stuff. If you want to pay me, okay. And so comes back, and I said, okay, on the envelope, you're looking at the envelope, top left-hand corner. I said, what does it say there? She's like, it says Social Security, Department. I'm like, ma'am, that letter's from the Social Security Department. That's the U.S. government. I said, the place that you called, we're not the same place. And she's, oh, I know that. wait for it. I said, okay, so I said, I can't answer a question for another place of employment. You have to call them. I said, there's just like you wouldn't call them for a letter that you got from us. And I'm trying to be nice to her, right? I'm trying to Okay, have a good one. Gotta chat. Gotta chat. Have a good. Okay, have a good one, brother. And then so I said, just like you wouldn't call them, and I'm trying to be nice about it, right? And I said, there's no way for me to answer a letter you got from another entity, from another place, especially from the government. We're not them. They're not us. And I said, do you need their number? And she goes, oh no, I have it. And I'm just thinking, what what's the big mystery here? Because I'm lost. She's like, I said, did you try to call them? Because if you have the number, did you try to call them? And she goes, oh yeah, I did. And I said, okay. And I'm still trying to think, lady, what, why are you calling me? She's like, oh, I couldn't get a hold of them, so I thought I'd call you. People don't do that. My best analogy that I can tell people is, you get a coupon. You get a coupon in the mail from Pizza Hut, right? But you call Mr. Gaddy's, or you call Domino's. That's not their coupon. Call the place that you got the letter from. You don't call another entity that's related in some aspect to them and say, oh, yeah, I got these coupons from Pizza Hut, but they're on the other side of town, but you guys are like down the street, and I wanted to use their coupon to get a pizza from y'all. That doesn't compute. The numbers, the codes on that don't go into our system. You have to call them. Or the other analogy is, yeah, I want to order pizza. You tell them what it is, and they're like, okay, that'll be $24. I'm like, well, I don't get paid until Friday, but I wanted to order it today. It's Monday. I wanted to order my pizza today, but I get paid Friday. I'm gonna leave y'all on that, on a fun note. So thanks for the chat. 62 minutes 46 seconds. Everybody have a blessed day. I'll try to do another video later. It's like a callback when you call in an operator number. Yeah, back in the day, it's something else, right? It's modern society that we live in. So adapt and change, people. You got to get with the times, because otherwise we get left behind. And that's all of us. Right out.